males should have to contribute just as much to a female's pregnancy if she is going to carry said thing.
Fair. Let me hold you to that standard then. Time out. Therefore, if a woman is going to have an abortion, is it 50% the man's decision?
If we hold males to this responsibility, I believe that they should, at least be able to, have a say. But that is my personal opinion.
Or 20%?
In the end, it is a female's body, and they have the right to decide what they do with their body.
What's up, YouTube? Hope you guys are feeling good. I'm your host, Elario, and tonight I'm back with another video and check out you guys. This is called Kirk Rex Leftist Who Thinks Women Have Prostates. I don't need to be too smart to know that prostrates are in men, but you know the drill, guys. Let's check this one out.
Can a woman have a prostate?
Yes.
Tell me how.
Transgender women.
Okay, so
transgender women. So people who identify as a woman within society, they present with their gender expression as feminine.
So you have to just give me a working definition of then what a woman is. What is a woman?
It is anyone who identifies as that way.
But hold
and it's okay you guys don't feel that way. It's okay.
Time out though, but that doesn't actually describe a woman. That's just saying that anyone can be a woman.
But do you need the definition of a woman to know what one is?
100%. Of course you do.
I don't.
I mean, but of course you. But first of all, yes. But isn't it just like a little bit silly you can't answer this fundamental biological question of what a woman is?
But again, you're asking me about sex. You're asking me about what a female sex is. And I can tell you what the female sex is. But as for a woman, which is a gendered term created from the terminology of the creation of gender.
We, because we live in reality, reject the term gender.
Okay.
Right? And again, you didn't even know where it was from. I'm not criticizing you because, you're in anthropology studying and I'm not. That's fine. But getting back to its core roots, I just want to make sure that we are clear that anybody can become a woman.
Yes.
Right? Okay. When is womanhood achieved?
That's not about an achievement. It's not like it's a race. You don't race to achieve womanhood or manhood.
So at any point, at any time, someone can become a woman.
Yes, and they can achieve womanhood and experience it. They can experience what it's like to be a woman and being a woman.
But so basically, to be a woman is just a mindset.
Yeah. Males should have to contribute just as much to a female's pregnancy if she is going to carry said thing.
Fair. Let me hold you to that standard then. Time out. Therefore, if a woman is going to have an abortion, is it 50% the man's decision?
If we hold males to this responsibility, I believe that they should, at least be able to, have a say. But that is my personal opinion.
Or 20%?
In the end, it is a female's body. And they have the right to decide what they do with their body.
Okay, but to just to play that out, if the baby is a baby girl in there, doesn't that baby girl also have a right to decide to her own body?
We're still they can't even make decisions yet.
Exactly. So then isn't it best not to terminate them because they can't make decisions?
You're still not answering my question. How are we supposed to hold the person? Because you just said that pregnancy comes from two people, does it not? And you're supposed to be responsible for your own orgasm.
Yes, I know how reproduction works. If your contention is that men should be held more accountable for impregnating women, yeah, of course, the law already reflects a lot of that. That's why child support decisions go 99% against men. Okay? The law is way in the woman's favor. A lot of times it should be.
But a lot of the times in one-night stands, that's just simply not the case.
Stop having one-night stands. You don't have to have sex. It's not like a thing you need to do.
You said you had sex, and now you have to live with the consequences.
Yes.
So both people should have to live with the consequences.
Yes, and here I am with this radical idea that all of humanity embraced for 2,000 years, which the best way to live is to get married and then have sex.
I mean, I have service members in my family that were Vietnam War vets, and I think calling them suckers and losers is not a good thing.
He never said that. See, now this is where we're getting into fraud territory. He never said suckers and losers.
White House people confirmed he said it.
No, it was by Jeffrey Goldberg from The Atlantic. We know that slippery little snake that he is.
That's not patriotism.
The chief of staff and the national security advisor that hates him, John Bolton, said that he never said that about the D-Day. So do not come up here and peddle hoaxes. You have to be very accurate. You have to look at original source documents. But he never said suckers and losers. President Trump would never believe that, think that. In fact, he's been a wonderful fighter for America's military and will continue to do so. He never said suckers and losers. That is not correct.
We can dispute that, but sure.
There's no evidence.
All right.
Do you have another thing on your piece of paper you'd like to mention?
No, just that you're a coward and not a patriot.
Thank you.
Okay. Starting from the first clip, I found it rather hilarious that when Charlie asked the question, can women have prostrates? You know, the whole crowd was like, no, no. And then she just finished taking a sip of water and confidently said yes. It was comical, honestly, you've got to admit. And the follow-up reason for why she thinks so is just as funny. Because, honestly, women can't have prostrates. We can't. We can't have it. And a trans woman is still a man. You see, that's why even if you change or attempt to change what's on the outside, the inside is always going to be the main determinant. And if you have a prostrate, it means you're a man. That's just the truth. There's no two ways about it. If it was hilarious. But I do like the fact that she was not trying to force it down anyone's throat, you know, or getting aggressive when the crowd disagreed or anything like that, you know. She was like, you don't believe that? It's fine. It's okay. I mean, she has my respect for that. The second lady says men should have an equal responsibility for the pregnancy. And frankly, everyone agrees with her. But then again, when Charlie asked if the man should have a 50% right in decision making as to whether his woman get an abortion or not, she began to stutter, saying it depends and in the end it's the female's body. You see, that's where we all draw a line, you know, because if you want the responsibility for the childbirth or for the pregnancy to be split two equal halves, two ways, then the decision making and responsibility for an abortion should also be split in two equal halves in two ways, and his decision matters just as much as yours. That's all I have to say on that. And as for the last guy, he was pretty disrespectful, and that outburst was uncalled for, totally uncalled for, even especially after Charlie had debunked the statement and given him names of people that said what he thought Trump allegedly said. But guys, just tell us what you think about these videos in the comment section, and please do leave a thumbs up for us at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.